This is not a usual cabinet shuffle. It's a crucial day for Premier Legault. Presenting his new cabinet is the first part of his plan to regain Quebecers' trust. The CEQ has become unpopular. Legault now has to fight for his future and the future of his government.
A cabinet shuffle is a difficult exercise for Premier. It can be risky for Legault, especially a year before the next general election. His main players will remain at the same positions for stability and results. Christian Dubé will keep the health portfolio as his reform to improve Quebecers' access to healthcare services and the negotiations with doctors to change the way they are paid are still underway.
Monsieur Jean-François Roberge.
Jean-François Roberge will keep immigration, the French language, and secularism. He's preparing a bill to ban street prayers later this fall. Economy and Energy Minister Christine Fréchette will continue to rise in the ranks. The Premier says she will be responsible for developing a new economic vision for Quebec. Éric Girard stays as Finance Minister and has to tackle the estimated $14 billion deficit.
I, Christopher Skeet, declare under oath.
But he'll give back the responsibility of relations with English-speaking Quebecers to Christopher Skeet, who'll become Minister of International Relations. Skeet is no stranger to this responsibility, and that may help reduce tensions with Anglophone communities.
Ministre des Affaires municipales.
Geneviève Guilbeault loses the prestigious responsibility of Deputy Premier. She has been under fire following the Saclic fiasco as Transport Minister. She now moves to Municipal Affairs less than 2 months before the next municipal elections.
Ministre des Transports et de...
Jonathan Julien takes over at Transport, considered a very challenging portfolio. He'll have to improve the image of Quebec's Auto Insurance Board.
De ma charge de ministre de l'Environnement.
Bernard Drinville leaves the education portfolio for environment, a move that's already drawing fire because he's a supporter of the Third Link project for cars between Quebec City and Lévis. Treasury Board President Sonia Lebel is seen as one of the most competent ministers, and she replaces Drinville at Education. There has been lots of anger this summer over budgetary restrictions.
Madame France-Hélène Duranceau.
Minister France-Hélène Duranceau, criticized for lack of empathy with renters facing the housing crisis, will take over the Treasury. Premier Legault wants to go further with an old promise to make the government more efficient and optimize the resources. Duranceau will take on the new role to cut bureaucracy in ministries.
Qu'on n'appellera pas Cruella, non.
Legault made a joke mentioning that her nickname could be Cruella.
C'est la sécurité.
Ian Lafrenière, a former Montreal high-ranking police officer, will add public security to his job as minister responsible for relations with First Nations.
Premier François Legault will present his government's new ideas and priorities in more depth in his opening speech that will mark the start of the new legislative session at the National Assembly on September 30th. But then, will Quebecers still be listening? That remains the question.